Good evening and welcome back to Heroes Lounge. I am your caster, Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we're going to be having Boise State, and on the right, it's going to be Let's Take Boss. This is a Division 2 matchup. As I said, for Heroes Lounge, welcome, everybody. Thank you all for hanging out and staying and watching all these games. Why is the dog licking your junk on stream? Well, unfortunately, he's a dog, so he doesn't realize that Twitch has terms and services. Garakhan, thank you for coming by. How are you doing this evening? Hello, everyone. Also, Ewok Thor. I don't think I've seen you before, so hello. Sorry about not doing an interview for that last game. I needed to go run to the bathroom, and I need to get more water, and I need to set up this game, so I do apologize that there was no interview from that last one. I am very sorry. We're going to have to figure something out with that. Massive apologies to Twitch chat as well as to the teams. But GG's to those two teams. That was an absolute blast. Let's go ahead and get into our map bans that we did have while all this is going on. Coin Flip was won by Boise State, and they went ahead and banned out Battlefield of Eternity. Curse Tile was banned out by the members of Let's Take Boss, and Dragonshire is the first map chosen by the members of Boise State, and so they'll be taking us to there. Wait, why? I have to approve junk, and junk with an exclamation point. Zengaju, what's up, my friend? How you doing? Bishop Spawn, how are you? Sometimes you just need to lick your junk. He's a dog. He's got stuff to do. You know, he can't take showers like I can. So when you get, he was just like, oh, I'll take a shower right now. I'm just feeling up to it. Welcome, everybody. Thank you all for coming by and checking out the games. I am Bahamut, a caster for Heroes Lounge, Nexus Gaming Series, every league you could possibly imagine. I do a little bit of casting for everybody. Welcome to the stream. Let's go ahead and get into these games. I'm just trying to make sure that all of my settings are looking pretty good and pretty. It seems like we're all set. I'm happy about that. So let's go ahead and get into this draft. Dragonshire, it's a high priority map for Dahaka, actually. This is actually one of the few maps where we see Dahaka get first pick, first ban. I wouldn't say first pick, first banned, but definitely he has a high first pick priority because of the fact that he has high mobility into those other lanes. And there's a lot of great bushes for him to actually get that brush stock value. And just had some bum shrimp. It was heavenly. Oh, oof. Chinese food's so good. I actually just found a decent Chinese place up here. And, oh, you had a cold Stella? You know what's really funny? When we were getting these games ready, I was just like, I opened up my fridge because I went to go get a glass of just more water. And I opened up my fridge and I just went for a beer immediately. I was like, no, wait. It was still another series to cast. Cold Stella sounds very good right now, but we have a draft on our hands. We have an Orphea and a Malthael going to be picked up here. Yo! Oh my god. Thank you so much!
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribe.
Oh my god, thank you so much for 5 gifted subs. Holy crap. Well, enjoy your beards. Holy crap, thank you so much.
To the end of the world.
What's sexual about symptoms? You need to lick your junk. Okay. Lick your junk need to be added. Holy crap. Oh my god, I can't thank you enough. Holy, I can't draft. Hello, what? Oh, Snag, hello, Hostile, what's up? Yes, Jinxie Cat.
Subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a silly question to ask. I'm actually blown away. Thank you so much for that. We draft. Okay.
I will follow you to the end of the world. Subscribe.
To Dragon, Ewok, Inorg, Thunder, Vezopup, welcome. Enjoy your gilded beards. Enjoy your Asmopogs. Yo, just.
I will follow you to the end
I
of
love
the
you. Thank you.
Subscribe.
My heart. I'm dying right now. Please, Asmopogs in chat. For Miron, thank you so much. You. Now kiss. Mwah. Thank you. Swoop, what's up? Okay, so Orphea, Malthael, Thrall, Lucio, they need a main tank on the side of Boise State. We have a Hanzo, a Nubrax, Dukov. They're going to need a solo lane as well as some damage. Huh? Yeah, no, seriously, that's so generous of you. Thank you. My heart, I'm glad. I'm glad you love the casting. I'm so glad. Thank you. Hogs in chat. Okay. They're going to need their main tank. What's available? No Garrosh. They could go Murden. They could go for the aggressive engagement that Murden does offer. It works well with a couple of the others. But we're gonna get that Frosty Boy Arthas. Okay. So Arthas main tank, Malthael for the solo lane, but that's gonna be a Kerrigan in the solo lane into that Malthael. So we'll have to see. We're gonna have to see how that matchup works out. I am very interested. Stroke your beard for your biggest fan, man. Linehouse, what's up? Oh my god, welcome to everybody. I am sorry, I missed a lot of that draft. Alright, but realistically, looking at these two drafts, names aside, all of that aside, I've casted a little bit of Let's Take Boss before. I think I've caught a little bit of Boise State here and there, if I'm not mistaken. The Orphea is an outlier to me. I think Orphea has a lot of good play mobility, and with Lucio, she can be heavily, not encouraged, but buffed. I can't think of the right word right now. My mind is kind of in shambles. But we are going to be having the Anubrak, which is going to have some good backline engages. They don't have a big front line. Neither team really does. It's one main tank for each and a lot of damage. So I think, and I'm hoping we're going to get a lot of good fights here. Between the two healers, between Lucio and Stukov, I do like the fact that Lucio does have that break it down for those high burst moments where they could see like a Jaina Ring of Frost followed by, or Hanzo arrow setup with a Jaina Ring of Frost, stuff like that. But let's go ahead and get into this. We have ourselves a game number 1 between these two teams. I'm super excited about this. Let's go ahead and get into it. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having Boise State with Oni Shandasu going to be on the Lucio. Darciang? That's going to be wrong. We're going to just say, for now, duh.
10 seconds.
Dear? Ooh, Dear Sang? Dear Sang is going to be on the Arthas. Bird will be on the Malthael. Mr. Psychofire will be on the Thrall, and Ryokai will be on that Orphea. On the right-hand side, we're going to be having the members of Let's Take Boss, with Sancho going to be on the Kerrigan. We're going to be having Midnight Haze on the Hanzo. Dr. Suave is going to be on that Anubrak. Little Bex on the Stukov, and Maxim is going... Oops, excuse me. That's just habit right there. It's going to be on the Jaina. Looking through these level 1s, we aren't going to get anything too out of the ordinary. Excuse me while I actually... Frost Presence. Arthas talents, like, the level 1, it looks the same to me because I don't play it or see it enough. So I'm just like, hold on. You gotta slowly get these. We actually do have Redemption coming out from the Hanzo, looking to do those more auto-attack based build here. Trying to get some of that damage out. We do have a Burrow coming out onto the Arthas here. A lot of damage gonna be coming out. A lot of good damage onto Maxima as well. And that will be the first kill of the game, going over in favor to Boise State, as they will pick up that Jaina kill, as followed by an Anubrak as well. A lot of early game aggression coming out here, and something that just shows to everyone at home, like, oh yeah, like, early game kills are super important. So passive experience gain has already surpassed the hero kill value at this point in the game. So it's, and that's 2 kills. I want to point that out too. That's 2 kills. This is roughly like 275-ish. Onichin? Oh. I thought I said it wrong, but then it's from the other team, so I'm probably saying it wrong. Oh, that was a blow up to start with. Boise State coming out with the big guns in game 1. Go ahead and, oh, I meant to show you. Wait, hold on. Did I just learn something? Okay, no, I just double tapped it. I thought Control Tilde pulled away all the stats, and I'm like, that's a good one, because usually you have to actually hit the double. You have to hit the same number. We have an engage going on to Midnight Haze. They do get the leap over the wall, and it is going to keep them alive for now. They're going to get some autos off onto the Arthas, who's so very low, but they're able to stay alive and get right out of there. Lucio with the Boostio is going to keep them alive for now. No one in mid to capture this Dragon Knight. Kerrigan will be stopping the top portion for a while. Meanwhile, Bird is going to continue to soak up that lane. Bottom lane, though, seems to be where the brawl is taking place here. Nice sounds coming out from Little Bex, but Dr. Suave is going to get chomped by the Orphea. Midnight Haze is going to get poked out a little bit more, and now these Siege Giants have ended, and they want to push these in a little bit more. They also will rotate off and try and pick up this Dragon Knight. It is 2 minutes into the game, and the Dragon Knight does scale. I do believe it is per minute from the start of the game, unless I have that wrong. Maybe I might be thinking of the bosses on Warhead Junction. I can't remember if it's a vehicle or if it's going to be the actual boss, but there's one where like it starts to scale at a certain point, and there's others where they just scale per minute from the start of the game. And I think the Dragon Knight does that. I definitely think that it does scale per minute from the start. I'll have to look into it. Either way, Lucio with the Boostio. Lucy, like, commenting on Lucio's are always fun because, like, you can kind of rhyme a little bit with his name, and it's just, I don't know, I always get enjoyments of casting Lucio's for that factor. Also because, well, Break It Down is such a kind of, like, cliffhanger moment for some of these fights. Like, I've played Lucio where I had, like, 30-some health, and I managed to get a Break It Down off, and our team won a team fight. It's just, like, when you get those, like, last-second Break It Downs, they're just the most, like, satisfying thing on Earth because you don't get killed, and you walk away with like 30 health and a shield the size of your health bar almost. Dragonite going to be just opening up the lanes. They're trying to get as much value here. This is actually something I talked about in the last series that we just had. It is the fact of just taking out wells. We don't see any prioritization into any of the lanes with this Dragonite. They're just realistically taking down the front gates, trying to open this up a little bit more, but we should see a heavy prioritization on taking out these wells on either side. That does make the lane sustain for these points a lot harder to deal with, and you're not able to rotate just right over to here and grab your well. You're gonna have to go. This is cheeky, but Midnight Haze with the scatter arrow to make sure that they're just like, wait a minute, what are you guys doing? Jaina just gonna poke out a little bit more. Gonna be trying to work on some of that baseline quest, sitting at 2,000 out of the 15,000 for that ice block. Thrall gonna be sitting at 19 stacks for that Echo of the Elements. We have Frost Presence at 9 out of the 20, I do believe necessary. Yes. Jaina sitting at 7 out of the 20. Dr. Suave going to get the burrow out just to make sure. We do have that Mind Devourer picked up by the Orpheus, so she's going to be trying to hit members of the Let's Take Boss. I just completely... Going from one cast to the next, I always just am like, from Fat... No, it's not that team. Gotta swap teams. Either way. We do have Sancho getting chased here by Lucio. Orichendasu? What? The Boostio? Oh... I think they wanted Bird to go in on that. What? Not going to happen just yet. 3-0 in kills. We have 8-7 in levels. Let's go ahead and just check some of the XP just contributions as they've been coming in, just so you can kind of see where these numbers come from. It's always good to have a grasp of where your experience comes from, so that way when you are playing the game, you're like, oh, well, what do I need to prioritize for my team? Also, fun fact, I do believe when you're actually playing in the game, you can hover right about here, and it will... Sorry, there's just a little, like, emblem that's popping up right there. I'll have to figure out, I'll have to mess with that later. Either way, you can see your own experience values and see where you're kind of lacking. A lot of good damage going to be going out onto Mr. Psycho Fire. They're starting, oh, a nice Kerrigan combo onto Arthas. They're going to be so low here. They do get the kill onto the Arthas. Nice play coming out from the members of Let's Take Boss. That is a nice pickup from them. Lucio missing the Boopio. Midnight Haze and crew will be trying to push into this bottom lane. They're going to be holding this over for the time being. Meanwhile, Malthael in top will be holding this over. Kerrigan does need to deal with this camp, and with that, Lucio, or excuse me, the Malthael could press in if they wanted to, but doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. Meanwhile, though, this bottom lane, Let's Take Boss is pushing into Boise State easily. They've also got these Siege Giants to help them on top of that. 10s have been achieved. Nothing too out of the ordinary. We're not going to be seeing any sort of Sendragosa fun. We're just going to be seeing that Arm of the Undead. Okay. Last Rites. They do connect onto the Jaina, who does not have their... Oh my god, that's going to be a Howling Blast. Dr. Suave. Sundering came out, and I think Lucy also had a boop on top of that. Availability for the Dragonite on the side of Let's Take Boss, but here's the thing, no one's going to be really in position to get it because of the fact that they have 2 dead, so they have to rotate members out of the lane. This will take some time. That does give the option for Jaina and Anubrak to come back from death. It's a very, very beneficial factor here. And now we just move back over to this as we have the Arthas trying to get this Dragonite. Will it be possible? Do they have the poke? Well, they should be able to get this just fine. Sancho gonna get rooted. That's gonna be the Ultralisk coming out as well. That fat little butt's gonna be chasing Lucio around, but they boost you right out of there. Poke gonna be coming out. Dr. Suave is going to be moving in as well. Combo from Kerrigan gonna be coming out. Orpheus gonna be in the web rep here. Break It Down is gonna be used by Lucio a little bit early there. That's when you want to be using that Break It Down, is the Crushing Jaws come out. Anubrak will be the first one to go out. That is also going to be the Orphea dead as well. Little Beck so low, going to be needing to try and find an exit. Won't be happening. Stukov goes down. Arthas will be going down to that Scatter Arrow, so a 2-for-2 trade at this time. We have a lot of damage on a Mr. Psychophile, who's just trying to proc their baseline ability. We also have Kerrigan going down. Burr trying to get that mark onto one member. Midnight Haze will be the member to go down. They burn the Sundering just for the kill. That's some commitment to that kill. Jaina goes down as she was chased. Lucio does have the boost in speed, so they'll be able to get that there. And that is going to be a couple staggered deaths, and now they move in with the second Dragon Knight of the game, and they really want to open up mid lane. I wouldn't be too surprised to see them prioritize bottom. Top lane isn't really typically what teams run for, mostly because of the fact that there is what is pretty much titled Death Bridge. Fighting on this is extremely dangerous and risky because you are basically putting yourself on a pinch point, and you do have to rotate and retreat from a very far position. So usually you see teams either push in as they are into this mid lane a little bit harder, or they go for bottom lane. The thing is, they don't really need to go into bottom lane with that Dragon Knight, as Orphea and Maltheo will be having the pressure down there. Looks like we do have Anubrak and crew are up here and available. They want to try and maybe find someone who pops out of this Dragon Knight, but the thing is, this is 13 talent tier in their favor on the side of Boise State. They'll be able to finish this out. Maybe this is taking quite a while for them. They're not able to confirm it. There won't be any sort of passive experience gain or periodic catapults in their favor, but you've seen that they do have a decent amount of pressure from that last Dragon Knight. It does open up that mid lane fort. They will have the passive experience gain and such through that. And now they go? Ooh, the aggressive rotation to take away their own, to take away the camp from the enemy team. This is actually, I think, the second time this has happened this game, if I'm not mistaken. They also had this earlier when they were just rotating around, and Kerrigan had to deal with this quite early, and that actually, I think, took out their well. Aggressive rotation. Jaina will be caught out here potentially. They boost forward. Maxim is just trying to run towards the fort, saying, you know what, it's hard to fight under the fort. Huge arrow from Hanzo. The fort is taking. Oh, the break it down is going to be used just in time to keep them alive. Crushing Jaw is going to be coming out into a couple of members, pushing them all together. That's going to be Kerrigan going down at first of this. Dr. Suave is going to be the next one. Bird has seemingly found a target. The Lacerates goes out of Midnight Haze, and it's not enough, but they do die to the damage over time. I don't know if that actually ended up giving a stack over. Yes, it did. And now, with 3 members dead, they open up mid a little bit more, and they're scrambling a little bit. This is kind of hard. Wish to take this unlawfully wedded life. 2 birds, 3 ults. I'm absolutely all for using Sundering to get a kill, but like if it was in the later half of the game when death timers are 60 seconds, and I think it's like a 80-second cooldown on Sundering if I'm not mistaken, 70 seconds, so it'd be down for 10 seconds and you'd have that by the time you rotate into a fight. Granted, yeah, I for 70 seconds not to have it just to make sure that you get that kill, I'm all for it. Like, I've seen people use Twilight Dream for a kill, and that's always really good in my opinion. Like, I get a laugh out of that one. Twilight Dream for a kill. Arthas is going to be getting caught out here. They do pop. Do they pop the army yet? Nope, it's not up and available. It is now, though. They do go in for this fight. They're going to... Oh, my God. The Crushing Jaws are going to be connecting onto a couple. Massive shove coming out from Little Bex. Hanzo with the arrow as well. Oni Chandasu with just under 100 health will be making it out for now. Kerrigan goes down. The Lacerates goes out onto the Anubrek as they try and burrow forward. Kerrigan's corpse goes flying through the air. Bottom lane is now getting pressured. They have this camp on top of it, but they say, you know what? That can target the fort. We'll go ahead and push in further. They actually back off. 16 to 13 in talent tier advantage, and we should be seeing one member rotate up into top. Should see one back off into bottom, and then a quick rotation into mid for the 3rd Dragon Knight of the game. Oof. Lucio putting his team on his skates. Onichi and Dasu just doing such a good job healing. Let's at least show it, like some of that support that's come out. Maltheo also was 12,000 self-healing. Kerrigan with 18,000 self-healing. That's so insane. It's so insane to me. Looks like we are going to be having Dragon Knight picked up by the Arthas. They go for the punt onto Suave. It is good. It was good regardless. They just went somewhere. Meanwhile, the top lane will be going down. Bishop Spawn, thank you so much for the follow during this game. I appreciate that support, my friend. I don't understand Hanzo's level 4 alt. We'll get to that after the game, I guess. Yeah, It's a talent. I mean, well, I honestly don't remember off the top of my head. It's not spell power, is it? Spell power is at like 7. I need to know. Ignore all distractions. Okay. I guess it's just they want to be able to clear a little bit quicker. They do have the auto attack advantage. They do need to get one more stack for that auto attack to get... There it is. Okay, so they do have that auto attack buff. You have a new Brack diving forward. Oh, the kick just to put them further away. So now they're, oh, the Ring of Frost. Gonna connect onto one. Orfeo will be the target, but Jaina's gonna be the first one to go down, stepping a little too far forward for that. That will also be the Malthael getting web wrapped, but Dr. Suave in a bit of a bad spot, trying to make it out, but the lightning will be coming out from Thrall as enough. The chain lightning is just enough poke to get the kill, and now they prioritize this bottom lane keep. Seems like they might be able to end the game through this. There are 20 seconds on Jaina and about 26 on the Anubrak. Do they go for the end? It's a little risky. They've got some pressure from mid and bottom lane. They should actually have a spawn any second at their core too. This is a little risky. That is going to be a nice Howling Blast onto Midnight Haze, but they say, you know what? It's not worth it. We're going to go ahead and focus on the core. The shields are starting to go down. Jaina's back, though. The Hanzo arrow is just going to get kind of sidestepped there by Mr. Psycho Fire and crew. Core's starting to lose health at this time. They are going to be cleaning out that minion wave as well, letting their own catapults and such work their way forward. That is going to be the Dr. Suave diving forward. That's going to be the break it down popped by the Lucio. Last rights onto Dr. Suave. That does get the kill. Crushing Jaws are going to be pulled out. That's going to be Stukov caught out. Chomp going to be going out, but that will not be the kill. That's going to be Sancho in the Chrysalis, and it's not going to be enough. They do get the kill onto the Kerrigan and the Anubrak. They find their way onto Midnight Haze as well, and they go for the core. That's going to be game number 1 going over to the members of Boise State. GG. Well played. Hello. Welcome back to Heroes Lounge. I am your caster Bahamut. On the left-hand side, we're going to be having Boise State, and on the right, it's going to be Let's Take Boss. This is a Division 2 Heroes Lounge matchup. For anyone that might have been joining us a little bit later in this series, we're going to be just checking out some of these map bans. Boise State went ahead and won the coin flip. They banned out Battlefield of Eternity. Cursed Hollow was banned out by the members of Let's Take Boss. Dragonshire was the first map chosen by Boise State and won by them. So the members of Let's Take Boss decided to take us to Infernal Shrines for game number 2. A very, very fun map to take the series for the second match. And after you kind of understand where the enemy team plays, maybe... Alright, so the composition they had was very... I wouldn't say dive heavy. Well... Like, it wasn't a super divey comp, but it did get just I'm already seeing people saying like, sorry for banning out your hero. Like, Bird's unhappy about the fact Malthael's not there. But now that you know that they play this aggressive composition, what do? Do you try and match that aggression? It is Infernal Shrine, so you can brawl into the enemy team. I don't think that's the way that they want to play it. They had a high dive team themselves. They had the Kerrigan, they had the Anubrak. All of that worked together. Hanzo from the backline to poke out and get some damage. They also had the Jaina too to follow up that damage as people were getting stunned out. But the thing is, they could not take those fights. So now, do you just go ahead and say, all right, let's back it up a little bit. Let's play this a little bit more slow. Maybe we play a little bit more on the control comp side. We're going to go ahead and maybe take that Stukov, maybe take a Tyrael, some things that just make this a little bit harder for them. They do ban out the Malthael and the Joanna on the side of Let's Take Boss, and they take out the Diablo and the Blaze. A lot of priority on the tank realm. Blaze also being, well, actually, I guess tank and solo lane, but first pick Phoenix coming out from Boise State. They'll probably be looking to combo that together with a lot of things. I wonder, do they take away the Jaina here? Do they take away the Thrall? The Thrall and the Jaina were pretty good in the last game. Was the Thrall... Hold on. Was the Thrall on the side of Boise State? Yes, it was. Yes. All right. They go ahead and so I was like, I can remember this. I got this. Number 10 Boise State versus number 13 Let's Take Boss. I was actually thinking that Boise State was a little bit higher in the rankings. The way that they played that last game seemed very synergized, very, very well played. Alex Straza, though, and Rain are going to be grabbed for Let's Take Boss. Alex Straza has a awesome control. I wouldn't say control, but she's just strong on this. Well, she does have control. I mean, in her dragon form, it is something to not really want to deal with. But I'm liking this. Everything is around Phoenix. Personally, I say Thrall is probably their solo lane. I would say ban out the Jaina. They're going to need more Shrine Clear. It's going to pair well into the Phoenix. Unless they're going to take it themselves, then they're okay. Maybe they're going to take it themselves. You do have the Mal'Ganis being banned out. Easy favor pick for Boise. Okay. I did see someone in chat say earlier, like, let's see some Phoenix. So I'm assuming that's where it's going. I would say just choke out the tanks, take out Garrosh. Yeah. Don't want to deal with the Garrosh here. It doesn't look like they're going to be picking it up themselves. With the composition that they currently have, I wonder if they might go into like something like Muradin or oh my god, ETC wouldn't be horrible, but it wouldn't be really the best. You can also pick up Tyrael. Anyways, let's go actually over to the side of Let's Take Boss, who actually does need to draft something out here. They are going to be picking up the Arthas and the Dahaka. Dahaka is pretty strong in that solo lane, does offer a lot of good value into the brushstroke, into kind of these flank positions. Arthas does have a little bit of a setup with that root. Have Raynor follow up with the ace in the hole. What do we get? What do we get? I honestly like the idea of the Tyrael as the main tank. And I think they can pick up the Jaina. Sonya to Nubrak, okay. Alright. Just like last night, Bahamut's best predictions. This is gonna be a Leap Sonya. It's gotta be. It's if you pick Sonya, you gotta Dahaka and Anub next for Boise. Unfortunately, Dahaka was picked up by the members of Let's Take Boss. Well, now they obviously, but they can't. They want. Okay. I'm no expert, but I think we're gonna see a Phoenix this match. I think you're right on that one, Kriv. Alrighty. Let's see. If Boise wins this and Luxorian Sundown loses their next game, Boise gets into the playoffs. But don't quote me. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna go to Twitter like JB Shed said. What's with these teams using Arthas as their main tank? He's obviously better offlaner. At Jinxie Cat. Just that's at Jinxie Cat. Arthas I think can be viable in the solo and the main tank position. What's up, Swoop TV? How are you? I've seen you kind of floating around here. Luxurian Sundown are OP. Oh, are they? Are they really? I don't know if I got any of their games this season. No, I don't think I did. All right, we got a game. Let's actually focus on that. Let's go ahead and get ourselves into this into the second game we have here. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having Boise State with Oni Chandasu going to be playing the Stukov. Deer Singh, I'm guessing at this point, is going to be playing the Anubrak. Ryokai is going to be on the Phoenix. Bird will be on the Sonya. Mr. Psychofire once again on the Thrall. On the right-hand side, we are going to be having Let's Take Boss trying to take us to that illustrious, not illusionary, that game number 3. We're going to be having Sancho on the Dahaka, Mr. Suave on the Arthas, Little Bex will be playing the Alex Straza, Midnight Haze on that Raynor, and Maxim will be on the Gul'dan. Don't wreck us too hard as we get into this. Okay, alright. No, you haven't got any of our games. Sweats. The Lich King with the you shouldn't question. That is very true. Lionhouse fight me. Absolutely. There we go. There's the Jinxie Cat. Alright. We do have this start of the map here. Phoenix is going to be going into that, I believe it's Arsenal Synergy at level 1. Yes. So they will be having those every, I think, third auto attack will proc some extra damage. I think it's 120%, excuse me, 150%. Splashes for 50, so it's a nice little burst there that you can typically get onto a couple members. The Anubrak does dive forward. Mr. Suave is going to be trying to make their way out. These body blocks coming out from Anubrak are aggressive and very good. Dr. Suave trying to make it towards the healing circle, but the is not enough. Oh, ouch. Ouch. It's not the repeater cannon. I'm trying to think of it. Repeater cannon is active. Phase bomb. There we go. Dive forward onto the Gul'dan. Maxim might be in a bit of a bad spot. They get. Oh, wow. Yeah, Gul'dan just got shredded there. I hate saying that, but wow. Just the dive with the silence underneath it, that's a really, really good synergy. Also, the root from Mr. Psychofire on top of it. They will rotate over to the siege camp and have that pressuring the bottom lane. Phoenix looks like they've gone ahead and grabbed the Siege camp in the mid lane. No one's on the right-hand side. Super duper late W by Alex to save Arthas. Might have been on cooldown. I don't know. Oh, Twitch chat. You're the best. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, everyone. I'm glad and I hope you're enjoying the games. Meanwhile, let's just take a peek into top lane. We haven't really said hi to our 2 solo laners. Ryokai actually going to be coming up here as well. Bird not going to be by themselves. Sancho going to be a little bit slow. That is going to be the repeater cannon. 1, 2, 3. They have the big burst, but they don't actually land it onto... See, you had to save it right there. That might have been the death of the Dahaka. Not going to happen, as Dr. Suave might find themselves a little too far out of position here. A lot of roots, a lot of stuns, and are they able to make it out? If Oni-chan gets... Oh, okay. That's the silence. I was like, if Oni-chan Dasu gets 1 auto, that's like 100,000 overkill. Because Stukov hits so hard. Alright. Shrine going to be activating for bottom lane. First one of the game. We do have Dahaka going back into that top lane. Going to be soaking up a little bit more. They'll be able to use that brush stroke. Typically, we see them do it in the aggressive stance into that bush on the left-hand side there, trying to find some backline entry into some of those weaker members of the team like Thrall, or even Oni-chan Dasu, or even Ryokai. We'll see. No, the other thing to note too, no bruiser camp picked up for either team. They don't have any of that top lane pressure that needs to be addressed. We do have the Howling Blast coming out. Little Bex is going to pop the Dragon Form here. Mr. Psycho Fire is going to take a lot of damage. Sancho with that backline entrance here. The Tongue Drag does not connect. Oni-chan Dasu needs to find a way out of here as they're a little too far forward. They push them away in that Alex Straza, actually aiding in the retreat a little bit as they were kind of bunching up in that tight little corridor. So much damage coming out. A nice Howling Blast going out. Bird is taking a lot of damage, but they're able to kind of spin to win, and they stay alive with the healing pustules from Oni-chan Dasu as well as their own self-heals. Speaking of self-heals, we can kind of at least note this. Sonya with like almost 5,000 self-heal already in this game. It's ridiculous. Also, just I love these stats. These are so good to see, just so everyone can kind of get an idea of where all the numbers are coming from and how people are surviving throughout this game. Because you're just like, how is Thrall consistently at top health when he's not really near their own support? We do have a Nubrak diving into that backline, trying to find an entrance and a kill, but it's not going to happen just yet. They're getting a little bit low here, and if they can get a couple more autos, that'll work out for them. Little Beck seems to be the target of Bird, and they actually get the kill onto Arthas. Midnight Haze is really, really low here. Sancho as well, and that will be the Frozen Punisher in favor for the members of Boise State. They move into bottom lane. Sonya goes into mid to continue the soak and in the experience gain. Look at this. Look at this. Poison Spear. How do you not take leap? How do you not take leap at all in this situation? Sorry, I just wanted to make sure. Okay, I think we're all set with that. I don't think I need to worry about... Okay, we're good. Whew. Sorry, I saw us waving on frames here, and I thought maybe we'll drop down to 6K. Oh wow, had a couple dips in the stream. Well, if it's getting a little bit Bahamut doesn't love me anymore. I'm sorry, Swoop. Burrow gonna be coming in forward here. There's gonna be a lot of damage. We actually do have a Nubrak on the wrong side of the gate, but it seems like it's going to be fine for now. They do take out that sidewall, and they're able to step up a little bit further here. That is going to be the Punisher falling. Just really quickly want to adjust one thing for stream so we just stop dropping so many frames. That should help us out for a little bit. Spectrum, you suck butt. That is going to be Raynor going down. Maximum should be the next target here, but it's not going to be happening. They go ahead and just work on their way onto this keep. This is first Punisher of the game. They pick up another kill, and they're going to go ahead and take a fort and a keep during that entire push. So much value going over in favor for the members of Boise State. Nice Howling Blast coming out from Arthas. A little bit more poke. 10s do get achieved, and they stay, and they're going to go ahead and burn down this keep. That is going to be first keep of the game going down in 6 minutes into this, and Impale going to be coming up from the Nubrak. There's not a lot of mana left for them. They need to back out of here as Phoenix does get the warp out. Now we just back off absolutely fine, and we have Dahaka pushing up top lane. 10s are achieved. We see this massive experience differential between these two teams. 3,500 of that is coming from hero kills. We also have the passive experience gain, which is yielding them about 500 more. So it's still, they're really, really getting a lot of value there. Also 1,000 more from the structure. So you can see that 6,000's coming into play quite nicely in favor for the members of Boise State. And they just have to turtle up on the side of let's take boss, and that seems to be the play. I don't blame them at all. That's pretty much what I would be doing right now as well. I'd be saying, you know what, let's play this slow. We don't need to be playing too heavily into these teams because, well, they're pretty strong right now. So I'm trying to chug water in between this. All right. We do have the Sonya grabbing this top camp. We'll be able to pressure that through the top lane. And they should be able to time that out with the next Punisher, potentially. It has been timed out for quite some time now. We should see the alert coming up fairly soon. Thrall did finish those Echo the Elements from level 1 there. Sonya didn't take Leap. I'm like way late on this, but I'm just... Sonya didn't take Leap. It's a bummer. Just boop. Arthas, please take Sindragosa. Maybe Berserker for all the solo camps. She can solo them. I mean, yeah. I love Leap. The other thing too is Wrath of Berserker is great, but I don't think you need them just for soloing camps. That's just me making excuses so that way I can get the talents that I want to see. Of course I'm not going to be seeing Leap. This is they're trying to win here. They're not in team league with their friends just memeing and just failing upwards into gold. Mid lane has pressure, bottom lane has pressure. The objective is just spawning. Top lane just got cleared out by Sancho, and Bird is just doing circles up here. Meanwhile, they're trying to find maybe someone who rotates a little bit before the rest of the team. Ryokai getting ready. They do have Alex Strauss. Little Bex does go ahead and get the little flame into there and making sure they're just like, wait a minute, we don't want to be face checking that. They will be getting a decent amount of burst on this, but they turn it right around. Dahaka's the first one to go down. Rainer's going to be popping the Hyperion. The Lifebinder does come up from Little Bex. Nubrak goes down, so it's a 1-for-1 trade so far. That's going to be the Horrify coming out. That's going to be the kill onto the Sonya at this time. Mr. Psycho Fire seems to be the next target in this chase, and they might not be able to get it because the Wind Fury is going to give them a decent amount of speed there. Ryokai also gets the... oh my god. Is able just to get out of there. Lower CD's CCS2 though. But it's Leap. But I want Leap. I don't want Fury. I don't want damage increase. I don't want any of that. I just want to just and just smash. Boom. Backline's dead. I got Poison Spear. As I said, I'm in gold. This is what you could expect. Punisher is going to be picked up by the members of Let's Take Boss. Let's see if they're able to get the same amount of pressure and value as they did on the side of Boise State. That was a lot from the first Punisher. This thing has scaled up. It is 9 minutes into the game. They start to pull it away and over the wall. They're trying to get this burn into this mid lane. It's going fairly quickly for them, but the Punisher's already dropped below 30% health, and it looks like this is going to just be the Punisher going down. They take out the front gate. They don't even get the well, and they poke out a little bit further. Nubrak with a huge burrow forward. They're going to get a nice... Oh my god, the Lifebinder being canceled out. That is going to be the Purification Cycle going out. That's going to be Gul'dan going down. They do pop Wrath of Berserker as you can hear them scream, and that is going to be Alex Strauss going down. Dr. Schwab is going to get poked. They do not go down. Just throw out another Chain Lightning for a poke. It's not going to be there. And now they move over to the aggressive side of this camp. They should be able to get some added lane pressure across the board. Of course, I'm in Division 5. I always take Leap. See? I belong in Division 5. Leap and Sea Smash are always viable picks just because of the sound effect. Thank you. Kriv gets it. I use Leap too. This is a Leap-friendly stream. Leap-friendly. Come here with all of your great Leap stories. Like, for real, though. Like, there's nothing more satisfying than leaping into a backline, stunning, like, 3 members, getting a Poison Spear off, getting a kill there, and then just whirlwinding out and just saying, bye! Just try and kill me, you can! Oh, Sonya's fun. Like, Sonya's just a good time. We do have a nice route coming out from Dr. Suave. They're going to be popping, I think, the Army of the Undead there as well. They really want to take this fight. The Horrify does come out. They also use the Lifebinder onto one. Midnight Haze stays alive. Arthas is the first one to go down. Hyperion will be coming as well. Ryokai is going to be getting the blink out. The shielding absolutely being shredded there, but the Hyperion makes for a good disengage. No Leap, only Fury. Hostile, come on now. More fun. Less Fury. I'm pro Leap, changed my mind. See? It's a lot like Coronas in Fast and the Furious. You can choose any 10 talent tier as long as it's Leap. Or any heroic talent as long as it's Leap. There we go. I murdered it, but Wrath of Berserker equals 1v2 God mode on objective. That is true. You're not wrong on that. I agree. But Leap is just super fun. I like how this has just gone to like the same thing as last night, where I was just like on a whole tangent about how Bloodlust would have been the right talent choice. They didn't need Bloodlust. The Ancestral Healing last night was absolutely the play, and they did it correctly. But as a caster, I just want the odd talents. They do go ahead and split off. Both these bruiser camps are going to be picked up. This is 16 to 14 in levels as well. That's something to note here, that they need to turtle up a little bit more on the side of Let's Take Boss. Go ahead and wait for some of these waves to crash into them and not have a level deficit or talent tier deficit when they're going into this next objective. Dr. Suave is very far forward here without seeing the enemy members on the map. And oh, both these teams, that was just risky plays. Aggressive, but risky. I missed the washing machine with 20 leap. Oh my god, yes. The washing machine, just Chen with the barrel upgrade, which you get speed as you hit heroes, and then leap with the upgrade, which has crater. I believe it's called crater. And so you do that, it creates a literal crater. Chen kicks in, barrels, and then just has the speed, and just like as a washing machine, just it was so obnoxious. I loved it. Leap is just a Nubrex E with 5 times the cooldown lane. You're not wrong. All right, we do have 16 to 15. They're trying to work their way into this. This might be a little risky for them on the side of Let's Take Boss. Boise State, I think they know this. They start to pre-spread the pustule around to the friendly team. They're going to pop the Dragon Form. That's going to be the Hyperion coming in as well. Army of the Undead's going to be there as well. Burrow out from a Nubrex. The Horrify will be there, separating 2 members. Burn going out onto Oni-Chen Dasu. They take so much damage. Purification level will be connecting onto a few. They also have the web wrap onto the Alexstrasza. Sancho falling low. They pop into their burrow. Dr. Suave is just cornered here, and they end up with 2 deaths as Little Bex just comes out of the web wrap. Meanwhile, Arthas goes down as well. They start to chase this out. This is going to be the Alexstrasza going down, and with 3 killed and only losing 1, they move back over onto this, and this will be a Mortar Punisher in their favor on the side of Boise State, and they'll push that through the top lane. John Knight, what is up, my friend? How you doing? Thanks for coming by. I mean, don't you want to hear the engage of Sonya? Just that leap? The battle cry of I'm inting? It's almost as good as you're not prepared. Because when you have like an Illidan diving, it's the same thing, like Illidan diving in like that too. Someone's got to do Illidan with Hunt and Sonya with leap and like Nova with oh, hold on. We have a dive coming out, and that's a lot of damage going out onto the Dahaka, who does use the burrow. They back out of here as the Punisher is working its way forward. They want to make sure their retreat path is open. Also, you just got to grab Judgment from Tyrael. Nova as well. Hold on. I'm watching these things and trying to make a composition. We have the Arthas going down. Lifebinder will not connect in time. Horrify did come out from the Gul'dan. They're trying to get the kill, and it is going to connect. Tank for tank at this time. The top lane top lane keep goes out. That is going to be the massive shove onto Little Bex. They find their way into Midnight Haze, and Bird is trying to get the kill. If they had leap, they would have been able to. No, I'm just kidding. They're going to be spreading the pustule, and it looks like they're going to be making it out just fine. Leap, Hunt, Judgment. Yes, thank you. Precision Strike from Nova, and then you have I don't know. I'm trying to think of another burst on top of all of that. Reign of Chaos or Reign of Destruction from from the Gul'dan. No, I mean, you could go into like throw out Earthquake for a little bit more setup. I know we're talking about like compositions as they're rotating around the map, but that's realistically the thing, is they're rotating around the map. They have a talent tier advantage on the side of Boise State, and realistically, as I'd said it before, it's just they have to turtle up, they have to find the experience. They really realistically can't go for a fight. Well, soon they won't be able to. Now is when they want to try and take a fight if possible, and you can see them with that aggressive positioning because it is same talent tier. They almost have those 20s. Army of the Undead's going to be popped. That's going to be Sonya with the Wrath of Berserker already popped, as well as the Ancient Spirit forward. They do have the Anubrak with the Impale to slow this down, and they just want to let these cooldowns go. They're just like, all right, Army of the Undead's pop. That's fine. That's whatever. That can go down, and then we'll just be able to re-engage once they have that down for the next, probably 60-40 seconds when they actually engage on it. They do go for this bottom lane clear, and yeah, they're gonna play it safe on the side of Boise State. This is realistically the best thing you want to do. Judgment plus Persistent Strike is an LFM classic. Leap, Hunt, Judge, Nuke, Stukov, Silence. I like that. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Or you just Bloodlust. In case you don't get a kill, Bloodlust and get the kill. We do have this Bruiser Camp up and available. 20 talent to your advantage for the members of Boise State. Pretty much the... Ooh, we actually have the upgrade, Earth and Shields for that Thrall. That's a nice upgrade for them. Nubrak with that Rewind as well, so they can go in a little bit more aggressive. Leap, Hunt, Judgment, Interlens, and Water Dragon. Oh god. Toxic. Bruiser Camp seems like it's going to be picked up on either side. They don't go for it on the side of Boise State just yet. They prep for the bottom lane, which is going to be the next Punisher. That's a really, really big factor to note. They are also going to consistently win out in that top lane and bottom lane on the side of Boise State because of the fact that they do have catapult pressure consistently through those lanes. We are going to be having our next objective in a second, and I need to get some water before that happens because I'm assuming there's going to be a big ol' fight. Okay. They're gonna go for this? You can see how far back they're playing. Arthas with the... Okay. Nice route into the bush to check and just say like, oh, instead of me just running past this and being like, they're probably not there, let's use an ability that's on a cooldown and not die. Nice call from Dr. Swab there, not to face check a bush. Take that into your own games. Meanwhile, top lane is going to be winning out quite a bit here. This should get them some decent value, but here's the thing. They need to find half a level very, very quickly. Nubrak with the stun is going to buy a little bit of time. They're already at 20 out of the 40 skeletal defenders on the side of Boise State. They think that's just their goal right here, but they're going to be popping the Arm of the Undead. They're going to be stepping into this. The Dragon Form is popped, but instantaneously stopped by the Web Wrap. They need to get rid of that as quickly as possible. Dahaka going to burrow in. That's going to be the Earthquake coming out from the Thrall. That is going to be the Hyperion as well. On top of it, Sonya with the Wrath of Berserker in the backline. Sancho taking a lot of the damage, but oh my god, the Ghoul Dan damage coming out is huge. Purification Salvo coming out from Ryokai. Gonna get some decent damage, and Dr. Swab so low. Will they be able to get the kill? Yes, they will. That is going to be tank for tank. Alex Straza does go down here. Bird gonna be stepping forward, and it looks like this is going to be the chase really in their favor. They do have the massive shove. The slam on the ground will confirm it. Tongue drag for a second there, but Dahaka does go down. Midnight Haze is going to get the knockback. Are they able? The silence will be there. The chase is there, and they get the kill. Phoenix will go back, confirm 2 more skeletal defenders, and that is the Punisher going into the bottom lane. The GGs are already thrown out. Taunt, Leap, Hunt, Deadly Charge, Judgment. Big yikes. Leap, Stage Dive, die. With the Punisher moving down the bottom lane, all 5 members down. The GG's thrown out. This is going to be game number 2 going over in the favor of Boise State. They will take the series 2-0 and move on. GG. Well played. Alrighty, let me go ahead and find out if anyone wants to do the interview. Jump into the interview room while I have a chance. Oh my god, that was a good game. Seems like we might have seen someone's favorite hero here topping most of the numbers for their friendly team. They're all doing work. Does this confirm a playoff for Boise? No. Other team needs to lose. Yes. I'm down. KK. Just audio. Alright. Let's go see if they'll jump in there. Luxorian Sundown needs to lose. They have one more game. Sweats. Much sweats. Alright, so at this time we're going to be joined by the captain themselves, Ryokai. How you doing? Congratulations on your 2-0 victory.
Thank you very much. I'm doing good. Feels good to get a win.
That was an amazing set that we just had, and Sorry, I was just looking at the Heroes Lounge thing really quickly. I just want to pull that tab open before we got into this. But let's go ahead and talk about some of these games. So we had Dragonshire for game number 1, and that was a pretty strong series coming out from you. Was it specifically the draft that you had, or was it more or less the synergy of your teammates? Or it just seemed like a very dominant, strong game to you. It just seemed well rehearsed, and it was your map pick as well.
Yeah, so I would say Dragonshire is like one of our better maps. We've practiced that a lot, scrimmed it a lot, pretty much our whole time as a team, and we've been together as a dorm team now for close to 6 months. So yeah, definitely pretty comfortable there. We actually had a bit of an unusual draft that I'm not sure we've like necessarily done before, but we pulled it out. It was pretty good into the Kerrigan especially that triggered us to do that there. And yeah, our synergy was a lot on point today. Most of my teammates have not really been playing very much since the HGC announcement, but yeah.
No, it was a really, really good game. Now, moving into game number 2 on Infernal Shrines, you played this aggressive, I wouldn't say super aggressive composition in the game before, and they were playing a little bit dive heavy into you, and looking at their draft now, they played a little bit more on the conservative kind of, control composition where they'll try and take a little bit better fights for themselves. Was there anything specifically coming into this composition where you noticed and you're just like, oh, maybe we need to adjust our draft to be a little bit more aggressive or anything like that? Or was it just like, all right, well, we know what we want on this map and we're going to go for that?
Well, we're pretty reactive, I think, that we can change it up kind of based on, what the enemy team is doing and sort of, whatever, match them Kung Fu style. We're definitely a lot better when we're the aggressive team, I think. And usually we can get a lead early game and sort of just kind of snowball the game from there. So yeah, we're definitely more comfortable being aggressive, I think.
It worked out very well for you. One more question. This is mostly just for me, and I know Twitch chat's not going to be happy with me. Why not Leap on Sonya?
We actually were discussing that at the start of the game, and I think we were all on board for it. I mean, it's up to our Sonya player there, and in the game they said pretty much that they were just going to go Wrath when 10 came around, pretty much. But I think we all were on board, and we're down to see it if you wanted to pull it out. So I think it would have been pretty effective. But obviously, Wrath is always a solid, consistent pick too. So yeah,
absolutely, it is. They were such good games, and I had so much fun casting them. Before I let you go, any shoutouts that you'd like to give?
Shout outs to all the rest of my team. Love you guys. Rip Dorm. But yeah, it's been awesome fun playing with you guys for the past 6 months. Thank you very much, Bahamut, obviously, for casting.
Thank you.
GG well played to our opponents. Let's take the boss. It's pretty good matches there for the last ones of the season, and I'm not 100% sure if we're locked in for playoffs now, but I hope we are.
From what I've seen in Twitch chat, and it's not quotable, but I'm gonna quote him. JB Sheds, so if it's wrong, just blame him. I think it's like Luxurian Sundown has to lose for you to make it in. And he said not to quote him, but I'm gonna quote him.
Okay. Well, as much as I would not like to root for any team to lose, I would like to make playoffs. So
their game is tomorrow, so you will know tomorrow night. I was just looking at that right before our chat, because I was like, I gotta find out when the Luxurian Sundown game is. See if I can convince someone to cast that, because I'm casting at the exact same time. But either way, these were absolutely a blast to cast, and I had so much fun, and I hope to see you further down in the series. But if not, these were awesome games, and GG's.